Let's vibe, let's roll, let's get it. Whoa, shawty showing out, throwing on the dance floor. Fashion killer, huh? You don't give a fuck what a nigga gotta say or a bitch. What?
Hey guys, it's Naimahrae and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the fam because we stay lit over here. You feels me. And if you're a returning viewer, hey, how you guys doing on this lovely day? Oh my gosh. Anyways, as you guys can tell by the title of this video, I am back with another story time. I decided, since you guys like my story time so much, and I have a lot of stories that I want to tell but aren't long enough to be like actual story times by themselves, so I decided to do like little mini story times and just put them all into one category. And as you guys can tell by the title of this video, this is a category of all the awkward moments that I have had at my old job. So yeah, without further ado, I guess I'll go ahead and get into it. I ain't really got much to say. Make sure you guys send me new video ideas. Let me know what you guys want to see from me. I'm open to doing different things. New year, new video ideas on the channel. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Okay, so I have 4 story times for you guys. I'm sorry if you see me looking down. I wrote down what I titled the story times on a notebook paper because I film on my phone. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started because I don't want to talk too much. And yeah, okay, let's get into the video. Okay, so all these are like awkward moments that I've had at my old job. So this was like when I was first doing my job hunt. I was like really like trying to find a job and nobody was calling me back. So finally I got a call back and I was like so excited. They called me in for an interview. I was like, yes, your girl's finally about to start making some money. You feel me? I get there, you guys, right? And I get there and I'm sitting down and I'm waiting like for them to call me up to a little interview thing, right? And I noticed at one of the cash registers is this guy that I used to have a crush on for like the longest. I mean the longest. And then like I'm gonna have to make a story time alone on that scenario because it was a hot mess. Just know that I had a crush on him and I ended up getting crushed. Like, I mean, like he blocked me on Instagram type crush. Like we hated each other type crush. Like it was bad. So if y'all want a story time on that, please let me know. But I noticed him at the cash register and I was like, and I looked down like so quickly and I had already turned my phone off because I didn't want any interruptions during my interview. So I was like low-key freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to tell so-and-so. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. So I was like freaking out. And first of all, I was already nervous about the interview. Second of all, like I was hoping he didn't see me. Third of all, I was scared that I was about to be working with this man, but your girl needed money, so I kind of didn't care. But needless to say, I ended up getting the job and I ended up working with him, and it was awkward at first, and then, you know, like, yeah, it got better. But if you guys want a story time on that whole scenario, please let me know in the comments down below. Okay, that wasn't really a story time. It was like really short, but told y'all these are short story times. Anyways, on to the second one. Number 2, okay? Number 2. This was once again at my old job, right? So we were really like not busy that day. Like we were not busy at all. And I was a bagger. Like I worked at a grocery store. I was a bagger and there's no bags on my thing. So, you know, I was pinning down, putting bags up, you know, just trying to make myself low-key look busy because there was literally nothing to do. So I'm putting bags on my thing and the cashier, she's like cleaning off the thing because, you know, that's what you're supposed to do when you're slow. So she's doing that. I'm putting bags on and this lady literally comes out of nowhere. And when I tell you she comes out of nowhere and like she scared me low-key, she's like, "You're not gonna help me put my stuff on the belt?" And I was like, "Ma'am, first of all, not only did you scare me, but who, please let me know, who are you talking to?" I didn't say that, but I feel like that's what my face looked like because when I heard her, I was like, and I'm really bad at hiding my facial expressions. So I went over there and at this point I'm a little aggravated. Okay, I'm like, okay. So I'm helping her put her stuff on the belt. And I was really confused as to why she asked me for help because like, I'm thinking like she asked me for help. First of all, she could have done it in a nicer way, obviously. 2, I'm thinking she asked because like, you know, she is handicapped, you know, she can't lift heavy things or something. This lady was fine. She was in perfectly good health to my knowledge and to my sight. And I was just like, ma'am, why are you so evil? Why are you so angry? So I'm helping her put her stuff up there, and she's like, yeah, in the real world, you can't just stand around doing nothing. That's not what you're allowed to do. You have to work at all times, and da-da-da-da-da. And I was just like, first of all, lady, I was putting bags on my thing because I ain't had no bags. And so I was just looking at her, and I just was like, okay. And I walked down so I could go start bagging her groceries. And the cashier was kind of looking like, why is she being so evil? And so I was bagging her groceries, and she looked at me, and she looked at my name tag. She was like, what's your name? Now, y'all know, okay, this is a benefit of having a difficult name. And if you have a difficult name, you know what I'm talking about. Don't nobody know how to pronounce your name. So she was looking at my name tag, and she was like, I'm gonna have to remember that so I can tell your manager. Oh, really? What are you gonna tell them? Nehemiah, Naomi, anybody that's not Naimah was acting like this. What are you gonna tell him? Because I wasn't doing anything wrong. So I was just like, okay. Like, I was not concerned, and I really didn't care, because, like, anytime somebody tells me they're going to try to remember my name so they could go tell on me, 9 times out of 10, they aren't going to remember my name, because apparently Naimah is a very difficult name. She was talking about how she was going to tell the manager, and I was just like, okay. And I'm just like, so we're just going to disregard the cashier. Like, she was literally cleaning the thing. She wasn't acknowledging you either, but it's just me. Now, mind you guys, okay, this lady is white. So was the cashier. And you know, I'm not saying she was racist, but when she saw that my manager was black, all of a sudden, because he was on the cash register, like, behind the cashier that was ringing her up, all of a sudden she was like, oh, honey, I'm just playing. I'm not going to tell your manager. And I was just like, okay. And so I put her stuff in her buggy, and I made sure I asked her before she had a heart attack. I was like, do you need some help outside? Oh, no, ma'am, I got it. Okay. And when she walked off, the cashier looked at me, and I looked at her, and the cashier was like, that was weird, right? I was like, yeah, she was acting really extra for no reason. Now, I'm not saying the lady was racist, but I low-key feel like she might have just been a little racist, okay? I don't know what her issue was, but ma'am, do not come into a grocery store expecting, like, 5-star quality, top-notch service, okay? This is not one of them types of grocery stores. If you wanted that type of service, you should have went to, like, was Whole Foods around at that time? I don't even know how long Whole Foods has been around, but I don't know, one of them upscale fancy looking grocery stores, not, you know, where I was at. Number 3, this is a personal favorite of mine. So, one day I worked with, like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I had the privilege of working with some of my best friends. Like, not only, like, we were already best friends before we started working together. So I had a lot of friends at work, but I also worked with some of my best friends. So one of my best friends, who we're going to call, for the purposes of this video, Raven, okay? Raven worked with me, but Raven absolutely positively hated the job. I could really go on and on about reasons as to why she did, but I'm going to have to make a whole different video about that. But anyways, so she hated the job, and it was around the holiday season, and she was about to go on a family vacation. And so she was like, yeah, I'm just going to request these days off. She was like, but I think I'm going to quit soon because I can't handle this. This is not for me. I'm not tolerating it. I don't know how you do it. And, you know, kudos to her, because your girl was just, I was very money driven at the time. So I was just, you know, I was tolerating what I was dealing with. But so she comes in one day, and she's mad. Raven's like, oh my gosh. And mind you, she wasn't on the clock. I was on the clock, but she just, like, I had just got there and I just clocked in, and she was like, Naimah, tell me why they denied all my requests off for my vacation. She was like, how they gonna do that? She was like, I'm not even gonna be here. I was like, yeah, bro, that's wild. Like, I don't even know what to tell you. She was like, you don't tell me nothing. Here's my 2 weeks in my hand. I'm about to go take it up there to Miss, what do we want to name her? Miss Polly, okay? She was like, I'm about to take it upstairs to Miss Polly. I was like, okay. Are you sure you want to do that? She was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I mean, I understand your frustrations, but sure, whatever. She gives her 2 weeks to Miss Polly, and her family are in the store and they're grocery shopping, I guess, before they go on their trip or whatever. And so the rest of us, and by the rest of us, I mean me and my other coworkers and friends, we were all down there bagging, you know, doing our jobs or whatever. And so we were just talking, and we was like, yeah, you know, Raven quitting and so-and-so and da-da-da-da. Y'all, Miss Polly comes down the stairs, and she's like distraught. I mean, like, when I say distraught, I mean, she was on some other stuff for no reason. She was like, oh my gosh, which one of you guys wants to work, like, next weekend? Because, like, oh my gosh, Raven just up and quit on me. And I was like, I thought she handed you her 2 weeks notice, because that's what it said. I looked at it. I talked to Raven. She was my best friend, so I knew. I was like, she's not going to just turn in a notice that says, I quit effective immediately. I'm sure it said 2 weeks, because she had a little bit of time before she went on her trip. So she's like, literally, I need somebody to cover the shift. Oh my gosh. And she was asking us which one of us wanted to work, and I was like, I got something to do. And everybody was like, I don't know. Like, everybody was, I'm busy, y'all. I'm not available. Well, and I was just like, I thought she turned in her 2 weeks. No, she just quit on me. Okay, well, now I have to find somebody to cover her shift. And we was just all looking at her like, are you okay? Because, y'all, when I tell y'all, she was freaking out, like, to the utmost, like, for no reason. I'm like, bro, calm down. She was like freaking out. First of all, nobody liked her, so I felt like that just made it 10 times more funnier. But it was just like, ma'am, calm down. It's a 2 weeks notice. You could still put her on the schedule. She could still work them days. Now, y'all, it was just a hot mess. And like, after she was done freaking out, she walked away, and we all looked at each other and we was like, bro, what is wrong with that lady? It was so bad. It was just so bad. Okay, and for the last story time of awkward job moments that I had, well, I guess these technically could classify as like awkward or funny. Because like the one with the lady was kind of just, it was awkward for me because like I wanted to say some things, but I couldn't. The first one was definitely just really awkward because I found out I worked with my crush and I wasn't ready. And that one was just kind of funny, but it was kind of awkward because she was like really like freaking out and we just didn't understand why. And this last one's definitely awkward. So, I mean, awkward funny moments. We'll see what the title of this video is. Anyways, for the last one, I was doing my job, minding my business, you know. It's bright and early in the morning, okay? I love me a morning shift so I can go in and get it out the way and come back and literally be productive. So, I'm doing my job, you know, minding my business, going up and down aisles, you know, or whatever. And at this time, you know, I was in a different position. I was picking groceries for people. I was like doing a little e-commerce thing. So I was doing that, and y'all, when I tell y'all, I went on a break, and this is gonna sound weird, but I saw a car, right? And I knew specifically what kind of car that my crush drove, okay? And we gonna call my crush Peter, okay? We gonna call him Peter. So I knew what kind of car Peter drove. Like, I talked to Peter. It wasn't like we didn't talk, so I'm not being a creeper, but I knew what kind of car he drove. Like, I had been in his car before, so like I knew what his car looked like. So I was like, dang, that looked like Peter's car. But I was like, he wouldn't be on this side of town anyways, so I have nothing to worry about. I was like, that'd be really wild if he was in there though. So I go back in for my break, you know. I'm like, oh my gosh, my shift is almost over. It's almost over. And, you know, I'm just happy. And then all of a sudden, you guys, literally, I almost die of a heart attack because the manager of the store walks by with a new hire. And guess who the new hire was? It was Peter. It was definitely Peter. And I was like, and so immediately I start freaking out, okay? Now, a little backstory about Peter, because like that's gonna have to be a whole separate video too if I could ever condense it down to like 10-15 minute story. Peter and I had a really weird type friendship because like I went into the friendship liking him, but we ended up becoming close friends. Then we kind of separated. Then we came back together. Then we separated again. And like, it was just weird because he like knew that I liked him. So it was just like, it was really weird. And there was obviously a lot of flirting going back and forth. So I was just really confused about the whole thing. But I always got really, 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 really nervous when it came to Peter for whatever reason. He's the only person that ever made me incredibly like nervous like that. So I saw him and like, y'all, when I tell y'all, I like froze, okay? And I was just like, oh my gosh. And like, I'm sitting here picking up people's groceries on this one aisle and I'm just like, bro, I don't want to go to the next aisle because what if he's on the next aisle? I was freaking out. For the simple fact that, for one, when you go to work, you don't go to work to look good and to impress people, okay? I mean, you make sure you look decent, but you know, like, you don't go in there looking like, I'm trying to find me a husband. You don't go in there looking like that. You just go in there like, you know, I'm about to put my hat on, keep it pushing and do. And, you know, Georgia's humidity is kind of crazy, so my hair was looking a wild hot mess. I looked a wild hot mess. I had no makeup on. It was early in the morning, you know. I was just like, oh my gosh, what if he sees me and I look terrible? I'm gonna cry. Like, I was like, you know what? Maybe, you know, it is just a quick little run through tour. He not even going up and down the aisles or whatever. And I was like, Naimah, calm down. You got this. Y'all, why when I leave the aisle, like literally right when I leave the aisle, he was in the way with my manager, both of them. Well, not my manager, but the store manager. They was standing there and I was like, excuse me. And I was like, hey, Peter. He was like, hey, Naimah. And the manager was like, you guys know each other? And I was like, yeah. He was like, we both start speaking at the same time. I was like, yeah, we went to high school together. And he was like, oh, that's great. And I was just like, yeah, y'all. I looked like I had saw a ghost. I know I did because I felt it in my face. Like, I felt the color just go away. I feel like I just looked like terrible. It was the most awkwardest moment of my life. And afterwards, I had to text Peter and ask him. I was like, so, you want to tell me you got hired at the same place that I did? Like, as a heads up or something? And he was just like, I didn't even know you worked there. Which is a complete and utter lie because he knew. Oh, sorry, y'all. I was... which is a complete and utter lie because he knew. I know he knew. He knew. Peter knew. The whole story with Peter, that's a whole story that I'm gonna have to, if I could condense it down, shoot, I might have to even do it like in parts, but that's a long story, a very long story. That was pretty much it for this video. If you guys like my little category story times, mini story times, I don't know what I want to call them yet, please let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought on any of these scenarios. Were they classified as funny or awkward? Like, I don't know. I think they were awkward personally, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. And yeah, follow me on all my social media at naimahrae. It's always in the description box down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
I want a chick that grind on a 9 to 5. Oh, she in them college books trying to get a rise. But tonight, I'm just trying to have a good time.